Another thing about the pastels that you want to realize is you can actually use them in any form. They actually, from just use, will break a lot of times, just from the pressure that you're using. So you actually want to, I would suggest unwrapping them from the wrappers that they're in. And in order to do that, you're going to have to use an X-Acto knife. So you always want to cut away from yourself so that hopefully you don't get cut. If you do happen to get cut, oh, and I should use my dominant hand to cut these off, is I'm going to cut this with my left hand, because again that's my dominant hand, and here I'm going to actually just peel off the wrapper of this black pastel. And you can see it's leaving a bunch of stuff on the piece of paper that I have there too. I do need to be careful of doing this. I might want to do it over the garbage can. I do have a piece of paper down right now which is actually working for me because it's not getting onto my drawing, which I actually have right underneath. Again, you have to think about what you're using every time you do something so that you don't wreck the drawing. Now that I got rid of the black areas, what I also want to show you is technically you can use all different parts of these pastels. So right now I'm holding this in a way so you can actually see that it's a cube-like. It's been pressed into a cube. So technically there's a tiny little corner that'll give you this really nice thin line. You can also use the whole width of that side, which is sort of like a pencil eraser, to make it somewhat thicker. And you can also use the entire part of the pastel to give you really thick areas, and it'll cover really big areas all at once. And you can actually take your hand and blend that together. What I would tell you to stay away from is we used tissues the last time we blended, but if you blend with a tissue, the tissue will actually take a lot of the pastel away. So you want to be really careful of that. You also need to be careful of getting the pastel on your fingers, because literally it will leave marks into another area. And let's say that I'm rubbing, and this is a gray that I have here, and if I had a drawing that I was working with, I could accidentally get different colors into an area that I don't want. I have to be careful. So occasionally you are going to have to wash your hands in order to keep things really nice and clean.